Very good afternoon to you. I hope you're having a fantastic weekend so far. You're just in time for news feed here on TV47 with me, Muthoni Minor. This send us your feedback and comments at TV47 Kenya across all social media platforms, with W2047 being our SMS line. Starting off with an unfortunate incident as a woman has been murdered after being raped by unknown assailants in Mawanga area of Nakuru County. Natasha Opicho is alleged to have been murdered in her house by men alleged to belong to a criminal gang that is said to have been killing people and later burning them to hide evidence. Residents have said that cases of murder have been on the rise at Mawanga area in Bahati sub-county. Diana being the fourth person to be murdered in a span of 2 weeks after 3 other women were murdered and raped in the same area. Bahati area MP Kimani Ngojiri has called on the DCI to investigate the matter and bring the perpetrators to book.
Onekana wanatumia the same style hiyo ya kuua. Wanaigia, wanatarget wanawake. Wanaua, wanarape na kuchoma. Maana hata huyu alikuwa amefunikwa na nguo. Ni mafuta tu ilikuwa haijamwagwa, labda walikuwa tayari kuchoma kama wale wengine.
Hii si roho ya kawaida, hii roho ya kuuaji. Walikuwa wameweka vitu, hata kubeba vitu, lakini kubeba vitu yote. Msichana mchanga ambao ako mchanga kabisa, miaka 24 na sasa ana maisha.
Na hiyo inasemekana labda confirm, hii ufununu ya kusema confirm ni wengi wanasukuka hapa. Mimi mwenyewe binafsi siwajui na sijawaona ati niseme ako sura gani au ni nani, lakini kunasemekana kuna vijana. Lakini inaonekana wametarget sasa, wamebidua binu. Maana sasa wanafanya mchana badala ya usiku.
Juzi waliua mama wakachoma. Wakaua mwingine wakachoma. Wakaua mwingine wakachoma. Tena huyu wameua na walikuwa wanataka kuchoma. We cannot agree anymore wa mama yetu kuuawa. Ni kweli. Hii hatuwezi kubali tena.
Na tuko na hofu kubwa sana kuona ya kwamba haya mambo yote tumejadiliana na tumeyasema ya kwamba yafuatiliwe, na sijui serikali itakuja kuangalia mambo ya security ya area hii kivipi. Kama mtu ya 4 anaweza kufa kwa wiki moja, watakuja lini? Kwa vile tuko na intelligence, tuko na CID ambao wanapaswa wazunguke katika area hii yote wakiangalia ni wahalifu gani hawa ambao they are serial killers, ambao kazi yao ni kila siku wanaua mtu.
Such a gut-wrenching incident. Our heartfelt condolences to the family and friends deeply affected, and may justice be served. On to education matters, as Cabinet Secretary George Magoha has today announced that all students who applied for different courses can now log into their portal and check where they have been placed by the Kenya Universities and Colleges Central Placement Service. Addressing the media after commissioning a CBC classroom at Eastleigh Secondary School, Nairobi, Magoha has promised to deliver the promised CBC classrooms before the end of President Kenyatta's tenure.
Where it was awarded the innovation for inclusive and equitable service delivery in Kenya. I don't know why she didn't carry it. She should have carried it so that I can display it for her. I would like to congratulate the COOPS team led by the CEO and the Board of Management for work that is well done. The 2022-2023 placement process following the release of 2021 KSC examination results, COOPS opened its portal 3 times to enable students to make new applications or revise their previous made choices. In this cycle, over 600,000 capacities in universities, TVET institutions, and TTCs were submitted. This year, a total of 250,052 students submitted the application for placement in universities, TVET institutions, and teacher training colleges. I am pleased to note that all applicants have been successfully placed. Over 90% of the 2021 candidates who attained a mean grade of C+ and above were completely placed, with 85% of them getting degree programs, and take note, 5% of them getting TVET courses, and that is my joy, because the nonsense of a degree in this country is one of the things that is taking us in the wrong direction. Of the 144,466 Kenyan candidates who qualified for degree programs, 123,000, which is 85.8, were placed to universities, 67,000 male and 56,000 female. Of those who qualified for degree, 5,278 have been placed in TVET institutions by choice. This is what His Excellency the President wants and prays for, because the jobs are in the TVET sector. And therefore, the fact that a sizable number are starting, up to 5% are starting to apply to TVET or opt for TVET directly, is a statement. And this statement is because we have invested heavily in the TVET subsector. We have increased the numbers. But as a surgeon, I can tell you that we use TVET every day. You go to the loo, you are using TVET. You want to cook, you are using TVET. You want to look for water, you are using TVET. But if you have a degree of PhD in Kanyanyaini politics, it's just a degree. It's just a piece of paper. So I'm glad that our people have started to pick this up. And I hope that even though we will not be here to continue, His Excellency the President will be remembered for the investment that he has made in the TVET subsector. I've also noticed that 16,000 candidates who qualified for degree programs in 2021 examination did not submit applications. I may have opted to pursue other opportunities, including going outside. And my comment...
Onto the political helm, the Kenya Kwanza Brigade is on a tour of the coast region. The Deputy President, William Ruto, is expected to attend a campaign rally at Tononoka grounds in Mombasa this afternoon. We're now joined by our reporter, Patronila Goren, who is on the ground from Mombasa to bring us up to speed with the latest.
Thank you very much, Mudhoni Maina, from our Nairobi studios. As you have stated, we are coming to you live from Tononoka grounds here in Mombasa County, where any moment from now, the Deputy President William Ruto, together with this Kenya Kwanza Brigade, are expected to lead a campaign rally here. And as my camera person, Brian Baraza, can just pan and show us what is going on here, already people have started streaming in. And as you can see, already people have shown the interest to come to this ground. And just to mention, Mudhoni Maina, is that currently the Deputy President is at Kwale County, where he is attending an economic forum together with a section of coast leaders allied to Kenya Kwanza. And we've seen this is a tour, one of the many tours that the Deputy President and the Kenya Kwanza have made to the coast region. Yesterday we saw that Musalia Mudavadi of ANC led an economic forum in Lamu County, and the National Speaker Justin Muturi was also in Tana River County, where he led a similar economic forum. And on the other side of Taita Taveta County, William Ruto, accompanied by Machakos Governor Alfred Mutua, and also the Senator for Tharaka Nithi, Professor Kithure Kindiki, and Kwale Governor Salim Mvurya attended a number of rallies starting from Taita Taveta, where they visited Bundanyi, Sagala, and later they also stopped over at Samburu, where they addressed residents in Kwale County, and later on they came to Mombasa County, where they also addressed residents at Chani in Changamwe constituency. And we know that later on, after Kwale, they're expected to come here, and is accompanied by several leaders from coast region that, of course, are allied to Kenya Kwanza. And Mudhoni, right now, I'm just with a number of residents that have already come to this area, and I would like just to speak to them and hear what are their expectations in today's rally, and what is the biggest, or what is the reason why they support Kenya Kwanza. So kindly, thank you very much for speaking to TV47. Maybe you'll start with your name and tell us why you've decided to come to Tononoka grounds this afternoon.
Well, my name's John Tsuma. I'm an MCA aspirant here, candidate running for Tononoka, Bondeni, and I'm in the group of Kenya Kwanza supporting Hassan Omar and Mheshimiwa Ruto. And this is all because we want them to also to come and help the people of Buxton with the issue of about tenancy purchase. We want to make sure that the residents, the ones who are forcefully evicted at Buxton, they have their rightful choice of going back to Buxton, since they were promised first choice of refusal. And we want also to see the issues about land, because we've seen a lot of land which have been grabbed in Mombasa. The toilets, the public toilets have been grabbed. We also want to see some of the areas which have been grabbed, and the Ndungu report to be implemented within the area of Mombasa. We also want to see the life, the livelihood of Tononoka, so that at least the living standards to improve, because the living standard right now, the prices of food have gone up, they've shown up, and we want to see with Hassan Omar in, with Ruto in, the change of government, change of guard, then we're expecting a lot to change. And with me, at the MCA, I believe a lot will change.
Thank you very much. Maybe you could speak to another. Kindly tell us just your name and why you're here.
Okay, my name is Sospita Madhai. Niruhusu niongee kwa Kiswahili. Nimekuja mahali hapa kwa sababu ya mimi ni supporter mkubwa sana wa William Samoei Ruto. Nilianza kumsupport kitambo sana, na ninajua kwamba serikali watu watakaokuwa mahali hapa katika dayas ni serikali ambayo itakayokuwa katika awamu siku 40 zinazokuja. So tumekuja kwa sababu tunajua kwamba Ruto na serikali yake ya Kenya Kwanza ni watu ambao mioyo yao iko na mtu wa chini, mioyo yao ni kwamba iko na mwanadamu wa chini, inaelewa kwamba yale mashida yote. Ukiangalia kama saizi maisha imeenda juu sana, na wale walioko kwenye serikalini sasa hawaongei. Watu wanaweza uliza walio serikalini kina nani, na deputy bado ni deputy president, lakini tunajua kwamba yeye amekuwa katika mamlaka, hajakuwa katika mamlaka, lakini yuko tu kwa sababu ya constitution. Lakini akipewa serikali tunajua kwamba yale shida zote tunazokuwa tukipitia na ile mipango yote ambayo ameweka ya bottom up itasaidia kila mwananchi.
Shukran. Thank you very much, Muthoni Maina. The number of people, of course, who want to give their opinions in regard to today's rally. But we will be following this up, and we understand that yesterday William Ruto criticized the handshake as the reason for the high cost of living, and we will be following up to know what will he be addressing today in today's rally, and also bring this to our viewers in our subsequent bulletin at 7 and 9 p.m. Back to you, Muthoni.
Thank you so much, Goren, for bringing us up to speed there with the latest happenings so far, as crowds continue to throng in the stadium as Kenya Kwanza takes on its charm offensive in the coastal region, also having organized various economic forums to discuss matters of the economy and future goals of the country, also regarding issues of land injustices and resettlement of squatters, in matters minerals and improvement of the blue economy as well. As DP William Ruto is making a blueprint of his economic model if he gets to clinch the country's top job. Now, moving on, Garissa Township lawmaker Aden Duale has hit out at Nairobi Jubilee gubernatorial candidate Polycarp Igathe for profiling communities in what he has termed as cheap political expediency. Duale was reacting to recent remarks which were allegedly made by Igathe in a viral video where he said a few people of Somali origin are unscrupulous and part of the city hall cartels. Igathe claimed that some 3 businessmen from the said community have taken hostage of the County Assembly of Nairobi and influencing the House to favor them in any transaction. Duale was speaking at his residence when he hosted members of the several circles that provide transport services to the public in the area, mainly matatu owners, drivers and touts. The former National Assembly Majority Leader urged the National Cohesion and Integration Commission to investigate the remarks, saying that he will personally lead a campaign against Igathe in the city.
Somali. Igathe must apologize to the Somali community. And we are not guests, we are not his guests. The way his community occupy 5 counties, we occupy 3 counties. Yeye anatafuta kiti ya governor, anakuja kwa television anasema shida ya Kenya ni Wasomali. Mimi nataka nimwambie wewe ni mtu wa ukabila. Nairobi ni ya Wakenya wote, Waislamu kwa Wakristo. Wewe usilete siasa ya kugawanya watu. Na sisi kama jamii ya Wasomali, sisi ni Wakenya, sisi tunaishi Nairobi, tunafanya biashara, tuko na mjumbe huko, tuko na MCA huko. Wewe lazima utoe radhi, urudi kwa televisheni, and you must apologize to the Muslim community, and you must apologize to the Somali community.
Moving on, 1,000 youth from Kikuyu constituency in Kiambu County have graduated from different fields after attending short courses that will help them create more job opportunities to the unemployed youths in the country. Speaking during their conferment, Kikuyu constituency legislator Kimani Ichung'wah has urged them to utilize the knowledge and the skills they have acquired to build the country. At the same time, Kiambu County Senator Kimani Wamatangi has called upon the graduates to utilize the skills to be the change agents of their communities.
And we have empowered you because we believe in real empowerment of our youth, isn't it? Ili tukiwaambia kazi ni kazi, pesa mfukoni, badala ya kuwa idle nyumbani, wewe utakuwa na kazi, unaweza pika hizo cakes, umefunzwa, utapata kazi ya plumbing kwa hizi manyumba za gorofa tunajenga, si ndio? Wenye wamesoma stima watapata kazi ya stima, mtu awe na pesa kwa mfuko. Kama that talent yenye wewe umesoma siku ya leo, use that talent to change the community, the household and the friends that you have. Tuko pamoja watu wetu. Use that skill to change somebody else's life. Enda fanya ile yenye umesoma, badilisha maisha ya mtu mwingine.
Tunafaa ku-equip institutions zetu na modern equipments ndio ziwezeshe wanafunzi wenzetu ku-develop skills ndio kuja watumie huku nje.
Nimekuwa nikisomea nafanya electrical installation. So far nashukuru Bwana Kimani Ichung'wah kwa kutupea nafasi, tumeweza kujikimu kimaisha mali hatungefika. Naweza kujisaidia, naweza pata kazi, nipate pesa, niweze kujisaidia mahali kwingine hapa na pale.
Moving on, the Media Council of Kenya has urged media houses in the country to provide fair coverage to every politician without bias in a bid to authentically inform the public on the candidate's policy. Speaking during a media training in Lodwar Town, Turkana County, Media Council Deputy Director Victor Bwire expressed his disappointment to see some media houses publicly displaying support for a particular presidential candidate. Bwire further criticized acts of violence being perpetrated on journalists during political campaigns.
Vile ambavyo media houses zimekuwa zikikava wanasiasa, na mmeona 62% imeendea mwanasiasa ama kanda moja. Hii tayari inatuambia kwamba waandishi lazima tujichangamue. Kuna bias, media bias kubwa sana, na tusipochunga pia tumeona vile wale party ya Kenya Kwanza imekuwa ikilia kwamba ni kama media houses zimewalemea, na sasa tukitoa habari kama zile inaonekana kama, lakini kuna masuala mengi. Si ukiangalia ile 62% si ile tu kwamba wameonea, lakini kuna mambo mengi, saa zingine parties ziko na mambo tofauti.
On to environmental matters, Kenya has a new target of increasing the forest cover after achieving its initial target of 10%. The Forestry Department believes Kenya will achieve its 20,150 target of having a 30% forest cover before then. Speaking during a tree planting campaign in Trans Nzoia, environmentalists drawn from various sectors have hailed the new target and have called upon Kenyans to be on the forefront in conserving the environment by keeping the environment clean and green.
2022, and now we have another target of 30% by the year 2050. So I want to call upon all other stakeholders to emulate what Green Belt has done, so that they come on board and help the country attain the target of 30% by the year 2030.
It's a very important water tower in Kenya, and Greenbelt, as you know, works around institutions and particularly water towers, because we must ensure the continued flow of water in our rivers. We want to ensure biodiversity and fresh air, because that is what guarantees us good, clean drinking water. So you will find us working in the ecosystems, particularly those that have water.
Kuhusu wale ambao wanatoa asali wakichoma miti, ilikuwa nasema kwamba tuna user group ya beekeeping. Watu wajiunge kwa pamoja, tuwe na hizo user group, tukae kwa pamoja, tutengeneze mizinga ili tuweze kuvuna asali, lakini tusiwe na ile nafasi ya kuweza kuchoma miti, labda ndio tufanye namna gani tutoe asali.
Such a sublime moment there as the country now targets to hit a 30% forest cover by 2050. Moving on, leaders from the Maendeleo ya Wanawake organization in Nyandarua County have expressed their worry over the alarming cases of early child pregnancies, defilement cases, and oppression of widows by close relatives. The leaders, together with Nyandarua Governor Francis Kimemia, suggested that the issues are dire and called for efforts to address them. Speaking during a women forum in Olkalau town, the Maendeleo ya Wanawake organization chair lady Rahab Muyu observed that early child pregnancies were uncalled for and challenged the youth to focus on their education first. The women, who also rallied their support behind the candidature of Raila Odinga, said that the Azimio coalition had proved to have the interests of women at heart by the choice of Raila's running mate Martha Karua, and hence vowed to campaign for the duo to ensure they clinch the presidency.
9 na miaka 10, hatuwezi kuishi dunia ya namna hii. Watumia, si tunakubaliana? Hatuwezi kuwa na mtoto anakuwa na mtoto. Ndio msichana akiwa miaka 20 amezaa, ako grandmother kama mimi, na mimi niko na miaka 66 na yeye ako na miaka 20 na ni grandmother. Hiyo itawezekana? Hiyo vijana wetu tunawaomba, mkitafuta wasichana, look for women of your age. Wachaneni na watoto wandogo wasome.
Where women are supposed to get their titles, I will make sure in working in coalition with the county commissioner, the national government, that our women inherit their titles once